just on our way out to Adels Grove. We got about 2 hours and 136 kilometers to go. And yeah, we've hit the gravel, so it's actually not too bad. The road conditions are pretty good. It's just more for the dust. It's like a really bull dusty, plumy sort of setup coming off the road. Us at the front's not too bad, but for pulling out at the back, we'll think we might just tape up the doors and just to make sure. Like, we're pretty good with our dust at the moment, but we do get a little bit through the door. So if we're going to be on here for another 2 hours, it's just worthwhile taping up. It takes 5 minutes, so we'll quickly do that. We'll see how the tyre pressures go. It's not too bad, so we'll just run with it. If it gets worse, obviously we'll just pull over, drop our tyre pressures, and then just drive to conditions. So yeah, see how we go. All taped, good to go. That should fix that up for the drive. So I've decided to air down anyway, because if it does continue for a fair while, I'm only going to have to do it anyway. So I'm just going to drop it down about 10 psi, because the road is actually pretty good. If it stays this way, it should be right. I'll just take that little bit of sort of harshness out of it. So yeah, it's amazing what a 10 psi can do on a road like this. Holy, we made it. Finally here. 4 hours drive. 2 hours on bitumen and 2 hours on dirt. Wow. That was a big drive. But finally we're here. We have struck gold because we have jagged only the two powered sides in the whole place. This used to be the staff quarters, so not like people coming out here, there was no other power, so it was basically just free camping and whatnot. But they've only just changed over owners, so they've been here, I think he said 6 or 8 weeks or something, so it's only very fresh. So we've had a change of plans. We got told to go down where we were, but they only had 10 amp power down there, not 15 amp. So I went up to the office and had a chat, and I said, there's only 10 amp down here, we kind of need 15 amp, what can we do? Because worst case, I think Paul had a spare 10 amp, but the thing was, you need a converter to put it into the caravan, because it's only 15 amp out of the caravan. It would have been, we would have just got by with the 10 amp, but it wouldn't have been ideal, especially with the 15. We can run the aircon, we can do microwaves, and do all that sort of stuff. It just makes life so much easier. Especially for the kids, and being this far out, it's just so bloody hot. But we went up there, and another guy came out and he said, don't know why old mate told you to come down here, but you should be up the other end here where the 15 amp hour box is. So it's a bit of a win-win, because instead of being way at the back there, we are now up here closer to the amenities, the fuel. You got the office here, and there's just the river's just out the back here, which is behind us. So if anything, it's worked out a lot better. So yeah, bit of a miscommunication and whatnot, but we're here now, we're all set up, and everything's looking pretty good. We've got a pretty good spot here because we're tucked in right behind the tree. We're just beside the tree here, so afternoon sun's going down on this side and will come up over here behind me. So yeah, we should be pretty well protected and keep the caravans cool. And yeah, we'll see how tonight goes. Go for a bit of a explore and wander tomorrow and see what this place has got to offer. It's actually quite big. It's a really big place. Just in behind us here is heaps of sort of camping areas. So you can bring your tents and stuff, and they've literally got like little false floors with roof over it. You can set up your tent there. I've never seen anything like it, but it's a really good idea. Over the other side over here, it's the amenities block. There's a little fuel bowser over here that has a diesel and unleaded, which is good to know, because we chewed 3/4 of a tank, both of us, coming out this far, which is a fairly long way. And then not to have fuel, like I've got 2 jerry cans at the back there, but it only gives me roughly 140 litres, 140k, sorry, on the range. So yeah, not a great deal. So we would have been struggling for that side of things, but it's good to know if you are running low on fuel and you need to get back. From what I can see over the back here, they've got cabins and stuff, so whether the workers or I don't know, whoever really wants to stay in your cabins, they've got them as well as an option. And the office is just out the front there, so yeah, there's a fair bit out here. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll have a look around tomorrow and show you a bit more of the place and yeah, go from there.
Hi, how you going?
Good.
Good. I've just got a question. We're going to be crossing from Queensland into Northern Territory next week, and we've been growing a cotton plant, and I'm wondering if that can come with us.
A plant?
A cotton plant, yeah.
The only way you can bring a plant here is if it has a plant health certificate.
A plant health certificate. Okay.
Yep, so it's got to be inspected. It's got to have a treatment for scale insect.
Okay.
Territory.
It's quite an in-depth process then. Yeah, okay. That's okay. I guess it'll be staying at the border.
Okay.
No cotton plant, babe.
Well, that'll be the last of the cotton plant. This is
So
where...
I've got like 1 week left to own my cotton plant, and then it's gone. I'm not going to see any buds from it.
So I give credit to Sean, a lot of credit. Yes, I did say that out loud, so everybody could hear it. I had no doubt, or I had doubt that she was never going to grow this plant, because there was a lot of history running on that.
I kill everything.
She does.
Yeah.
This is the one and only plant that's lasted as long as it has.
It really has.
And it's been outside of a house, so this might be the new thing. She might have found her niche. She can actually grow plants while she's on the house. But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. It's funny because it was going to take as long as it has, that we've had it now, to get to that bloom stage. So
we would have had blooms if Jack didn't destroy the first batch, then we probably would have had them by now.
Yeah, true. He got into them probably 2-3 times, I reckon.
It was like 5 or 6 weeks into growing them, and I had to start again, so...
You love kids.
The next cotton plant I find on the side of the road, I'm going to take cotton and I'm going to grow it again. Because I feel like Big Oz is not Big Oz without a cotton plant. Hopefully.
I felt it. The other day I felt it.
It's a cool little spot.
It's nice. Running water is beautiful. So we've been here 30 seconds and Sean's already in the wars again.
It really hurt too.
What did you do this time, love?
I walked into, I think it's one of the pandanus palms. I got like spiky fronds on them, and it was one on the ground. It went on the side of my leg. I just had 9 splinters to pull out of my leg, which came off the side of the palm tree.
Unbelievable. Haven't even got here yet, and she's already injured herself.
It really stings too, like they're stinging. There's not much to be seen, but I know it's there.
Bloody hell. Anyway, this is one little section of 2 that we've just walked past, so this is meant to be more like the flowing bit. You can come up and sort of sit in some of the rapids. I wouldn't say it's rapids, but it's flowing water, that's for sure. I feel like my hat's on backwards, and it is. Fantastic. Yeah.
Did you really? That's funny.
There's Jada down the bottom here, checking out the water. It's a pretty nice little spot.
Is it cold or warm?
Warm.
It's nice. It's kind of cold, but it's kind of warm. It's perfect.
It's warm.
I feel it.
Just on the other side of these trees, there's about 4 or 5 people over there having a bit of a swim. It looks a little bit deeper than what this is. This is more sort of...
Jack friendly.
Yeah, it's Jack friendly. Baby pill spec. Probably up to about your knees maybe. So that's not too bad at all.
So deep. There's lots of fish in here.
Yeah.
They're loving it. There's heaps of fish.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, it hurts my head.
We've just come for a bit of a walk around the campsite and whatnot. They got a camp kitchen and shower blocks and all those sort of cool amenities, but I was talking to a guy on the socials just recently and he was saying that they had a big fire here a couple of years ago and the thing burnt right down. So I thought I'd come out and check it out because they were making dinners and stuff here last night that you can order and buy. But yeah, they've actually done a really good job. It's massive here. Very, very fresh, very newly done. But yeah, you can't complain about the size of it. Looks like a big pizza oven here too, which is very new. Woo! Mint. I'll have to come down and check out the menu, I think. Paul's just found the 2 oars. That means there's canoes about, and they're good. 2-man canoe for hire. Ah, shit, yeah. This is amazing. Wow, there is a lot of lily pads in there.
Yeah, we've got to power through that to go. But it's doable.
I'm in. I'm just going to let Paul paddle this a little bit. We'll see how this goes. It is beautiful up here, isn't it? Lovely. Well, if this is this beautiful now, I can only imagine what tomorrow is going to bring. It's going to be next level. Well, it's successful. We're back. We didn't fall off the side and get hit by a crop, so it was nice. But what do you reckon? We ended up probably a few k's down there, didn't we?
Seemed like at least a k, like
yeah.
25 minutes of paddling each way.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking on the map to see how far we'd actually got, but it's a fair way down. Probably another 2/4 we could have been down there. We're about a quarter of the way, I reckon. But yeah, it's a nice little introduction to what's going to happen tomorrow, because we're going to the Gorge tomorrow and we'll probably do some walks as well, depending on what time of day and the heat and whatnot. But yeah, super pumped for this, because yeah, I've only seen photos and videos, but it's just not the same until you do it yourself. Well, here it is. I'm wearing my fly net. I've finally given in, because the flies are starting to get thicker and thicker as we get further west. So I'd rather just wear it and not get the shits with them, because it's hard enough for the kids every now and again. But we have made it out to the national park. I think it's here we go. Boodjamilla. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like I am. But yeah, we've just caught up with a couple of the national park runners, or the guides. So they actually follow us on YouTube, which is really cool. So yeah, that was a fun fact. But yeah, we've just come down. There's quite a bit of information and tours and stuff over the first bit. And then come down through here and there's even more information about just the landscape and how it all sort of has been created and formed over millions of years, which we're starting to really sort of enjoy. It's really cool. It just gives you a bit of a better perspective and idea of why everything looks the way it is. But yeah, if you're into that sort of stuff, there's plenty here of information to sort of check it out. So I don't know how Jack's going to go today, but we will find out. We're hoping to get this walk done this morning. So it's one of their smaller walks. It's a good little walk for, so it's good enough and short enough that we can take the pram. So that's always a win for us. Anywhere we can go. If we can't, it's normally a bit harder and whatnot. Especially with we do like to try and use the carrier when we can. We do forget a fair bit, as you guys know. But just with the heat and stuff, it's so uncomfortable for him. And to try and hold him's better, but then you can't walk as far. So we'll see how we go. But we'll try and get this walk out of the way before it gets too hot, and then we'll go grab our paddles out of the car, and then we literally just come down a little bit further down here to the gorge, and then we can spend all day in the canoes. So yeah, looking forward to that.
baby go?
Alright, let's do it.
Let's let baby go.
Yeah. Try to pick the bow with a long black hoop. One today.
Oh.
So far, I can see why it is quite pram friendly. It's, yeah, it's pretty hard ground, it's flat. If it's like this the whole way, we should be pretty sweet. But yeah, it looks like it follows the bit of the gorge. There's a river and there's a bridge we're just about to go across now, which looks really cool. The colour of the water here is just something else. Like, we're in the middle of nowhere and there's all this beautiful water.
Yeah,
Long
Lucy.
Tom, Barramundi.
Oh.
One day, it's gonna happen. Seriously, like, wow. It's crazy. The colour of this water is insane. And the fish, you can see the fish like just cruising around the top of the water there. It's like glass. And this is in the middle of nowhere. What the hell?
That drone, honestly, I wish you put it in the backpack.
I can't.
Huh?
I can't.
It just keeps trying to fall out and knock all the water bottles out. Can you put it in?
We just made it to the boardwalk. There's 30 metres of sort of just concreted and like chains and stuff. But you're like right next to this amazing red coloured like rock. It just goes forever high. And this is a part of the gorge. On the other side is all the water. To be up close and see this and touch it, it's just, yeah, it's amazing. I'm really starting to get a kick out of this sort of stuff. It's really good. And along the way they got little informational plaques and stuff where you can sort of read about certain things. Another one just here.
All four is just full of mussels.
All that white stuff on the ground, I don't know if you can see it, is just mussels everywhere. Because when we were back at near the campsite there yesterday, we had a bit of a swim in some of the water holes just behind the camp, and there's literally mussels everywhere. Like, they're not like really big ones you sort of get back home, but they're about, you know, yay big. Yeah, everywhere, scattered. I'm just showing you there that the Aboriginals must have come here and just feasted on mussels all the time because there's just so many. I think all the way out here you can find mussels. It's insane. Oh wow. So they would have sat in and had shelter. That's really cool. So you probably noticed that it's just me and Paul this last stretch. What happened was it got a little bit tight there towards the start. There's a few bits of sort of riverbeds and stuff getting caught up in the pram. We thought, oh, bugger it, we'll turn it around. Sean was happy to go back and hang out with Jada and go for a bit of a swim down the other end while we came up here and got some footage and showed you guys what's actually up the pathway. I'm kind of glad they did turn around because getting to this bit here, there's no way in hell you'd be able to get the pram up. So for us personally, I'd say probably don't take the pram if you can. You won't get entirely all the way to where you want to. If anything, just take a carrier, carry them, or just do what we've done and split up. Yeah, you definitely got to come down and check it out. It's actually really, really beautiful and very, very pretty. But we're just heading back now. So we'll head back the way we've come. We're going to meet up with Sean and Jada and Jack. We'll jump in the canoes. We're going to head out in the water. I am like absolutely pumped for this part. Really, really excited. Honestly, these fly nets are by far the best investment I have ever made. A few towns like Winton and Richmond and things like that, there are flies out there, but you sort of can deal with them to a certain extent. But then you get sick of doing these ones for like hours on end, and they get right up in your nose. That's what really annoys me. They get up in my nose and all over my face. And I think everyone's about the same, but yeah, like I haven't once used my hand this morning ever since this net went on, so I'd highly recommend getting one. Doesn't matter what you bloody look like. People don't like wearing them because they don't like the look of them and stuff, but Jesus Christ. To stop flies crawling all over your face and up your bloody nose, grab one of these. Highly, highly recommend it. It's funny because you can sit here and watch the flies crawl all over the net. You expect them to touch your face, but they're just not quite there. These little guys. It's pleasant. I've actually really enjoyed this more because I haven't had to deal with flies the whole time. Paul's got his little one up again. Oh, wow. There's a stack. And that right there is exactly why we buy drones. You can see that from all the way over here and not even be able to see it with the naked eye. It's amazing things you can get with drones. If you haven't got one, I'd recommend getting one and learning how to fly it, because you will not regret it. Photos and videos you can get with a drone, just second to none. Absolutely, yeah, you can't beat it at all. We've made it, we've done our walk. It's time to jump in the canoes. Canoe and kayak. Paulie's got the kayak. We're gonna take this big canoe. Jada, you can sit up the front.
Mike's sitting at the back. Hi guys.
What do you reckon, Jada? Looks pretty good, doesn't it? How pretty is the water? It's amazing. Right, we've got about a 20-minute kayak, from what I've heard, to the falls. And then when you get to the falls, we're going to have a good bloody swim and cool off. It is hot. It doesn't help that I'm wearing a black shirt and black pants, but you know, that's how we roll. So we'll get pedaling, because Paul's got to head back to Mount Isa for a few little issues with their dog. So we're going to punch out what we can and get some photos and show you guys around. So we've just paddled straight up to one end here. And I'll tell you what, I can see why people rave about this place. The colour of the water, the gorge rocks being so red, it's just absolutely stunning. It's so peaceful being in a canoe.
When we first met, by little, you wear me down.
Alright guys, that is it for Lawn Hill. We've done a fair bit here. It's been bloody hot. We've enjoyed all the swimming holes as much as we can. We went and did the canoeing yesterday, but unfortunately Sean and Jack had to leave. We were on the walking track there for a bit and then it started getting pretty hectic with the pram. And then we had a bit of a curveball thrown at us. Well, not really us, it was more Paul and Annie because their little chihuahua Thor, I don't think he's dealing too well with the heat up here at the moment. I think he might be a bit dehydrated and just feeling a bit average. Just quickly, this is a, oh, I missed it. It was a bowerbird just sitting on our awning there just for a second. The dog hasn't been feeling too great at the moment. They were humming and hurrying whether to go right back to Mount Isa, which is a 4-hour drive, to get him checked up at the vet. Poor old Shahan missed out.
But you know what? I'm not too worried because this is only lap 1.
Yeah, well that's it too. Like there's always another opportunity. It'll probably come back at a better time as well.
Jack will be a little bit older, things will be a bit different, and then I'll be like, do you remember last time when you went and left me behind? If Jack's being horrible, I'm going and leaving him behind.
Yeah, that's how
works in my favour.
we normally do that lately. Like if there's something that we both want to do but we can't because of him, we normally just 1 for 1 basically. Whoever wants to go can go and check it out, get all the footage they need to and take photos and enjoy it while the little man is back here with someone. So
there's a few things that Jack just can't do but we would like to do. So you know, the joys of traveling with a young child, it's no different like for someone who has a dog in a sense. It's the same thing. There's certain things you just can't do, and same thing if you have a young child.
Yeah.
So that's why we try and tell you where prams can and can't go and stuff like that.
Definitely, yeah.
So while we're here, I thought I'd give you a bit of a tip, I guess, as to how we've been coping with this hot weather. So it actually doesn't reflect this way right now, but let's just say that the sun was rising on this side, which it was this morning. Usually this side would be up because the reflective material helps the sun stay out. Our aircon has been on 24/7 while we've been in this hot weather. We leave the fans on to keep the air rotating, and then the other thing we do, hang on, I'm just gonna squeeze past Jada, she's making brekkie. The other thing that we do in the bathrooms, so I'm starting to pack up, so we're ready to go. These would be open and we leave them on the out setting. So any hot air that's collecting down this back end is being drawn out, but it also means I can leave this door shut. Because this door, like that bathroom, takes up so much aircon otherwise, and it honestly is the difference between the aircon like struggling or not. So yeah, fun fact for the day, one of the many ways that we've been dealing with this heat, because it's full on.
People might call us crazy because we're traveling this time of year and whatnot, but it's actually been kind of good. If you can deal with the heat, I know not everyone can, but we're not too bad with it and we're only getting better with it. But the joys about coming at this time of year is you have all these places to yourself, especially this place. I can only imagine how busy this place would be in high season. Like there'd be people everywhere. So we have literally, we are the only ones here. I think today, yesterday I think we had a couple of backpackers, like a car of backpackers, and there's a solo traveller that we've caught up with a couple of times. But that's it. Other than Paul and Annie, that was literally the only people in the whole place.
It is pretty cool. I mean, initially when you walk outside, it's kind of just like, it just hits you in the face and you're like, wow, it's hot.
Yeah.
But within about 15-20 seconds. So when you walk outside, literally the heat, it really does just hit you in the face. It's just like you're brushing my hair. It just gets you by surprise. But within probably 10 or 15 seconds, it's like nothing happened, and honestly, we've pretty much got used to it. If we went back to Brisbane heat right now, it would feel...
I reckon I'd almost have to put a jumper on.
Yeah, it'd feel cool.
It'd feel a lot cool. It'd be nice.
I'm used to it not being under 30 degrees, which is like full on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, mate.
He wants bickies.
But yeah, it's getting easier. It's getting better. But yeah, it's still bloody hot. I'm not going to lie about it. It's hot.
If you don't like heat, don't do this area at this time of year.
Definitely don't. It's you won't enjoy it. You won't you have the fun that you want to have.
If you're okay with heat, do it. Just make sure you consider that there is wet season around. This water crossing, Paul and Annie came over yesterday and they said their back wheel nearly came off the edge of it because it's so slippery. And we have to drive over it. I'm like actually genuinely nervous about this one. I don't know why, I just really don't like it. I think it's just because there's quite a bit of water going with quite a current, but I mean it is quite shallow. We just have to stay far right. You can see the build up of all the crap. I'm not excited. The lady at the office at Adele said that really you shouldn't even take caravans this way, you should go the other way. But the other way is 6 hours and this one's 4 hours, so maybe we're making a bad decision, I don't know. Chest about that. I was so concerned. I've heard so many different reviews of that, and because when we went over the first time it did slip a little bit, it scared the crap out of me, so I didn't want that to happen again. And like, this is not somewhere you'd want to get stuck if there was water. You can see how much gets stuck. Look at the road. I'm very glad that's over. So we've only got 2 more to go, hey?
Yeah,
the other two are smaller and less concerning. This is crossing number 2. I'm not as concerned about this one. I don't know, it just doesn't look so bad. I'll show you. Like you can still see there's a current running across here, but it kind of follows where you're driving. So yeah, I'm not too worried about this one. If we did the last one was the one that was bothering me because the current is so strong, and if the water level goes up at all, it just pulls you off. Whereas this one, you can actually see the concrete as well. Whereas the other one is just so mossy. So I feel better about this. Will you be in the shade then, at least?
No, I don't think it...
Yeah, because the shade's coming towards us.
Yeah, but I don't want to be in a corner if anyone else comes around. I want to be on flat ground.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not, it's not going to be good.
So you can hear it. Just here. Definitely flattening. This is the very first time I've had to use the umbrella since we've been on the road, and it's to shade Chris while he fixes the flat tire.
See that drill? I'm about to perform a magic trick. Ta-da! Wait till you see what it did.
Oh, it's all good. And people who ask us how we get the roof, the tyre off the roof, that's how you do it.
Advisable, but see we're in the middle of nowhere, yes.
Yeah. If you get help from someone, that's obviously a lot better, but I didn't want to have my jaw like taken off with that. So yeah, that's how you do it. There wasn't many things that it could land on, but it did land on the drill. Of all things, it completely snapped it in half. But it's still working, that's the crazy thing. We love a good challenge. Will it work? How's that?
This is literally what it's done. Like it's snapped it completely in half. The one place it had to hit. It could have hit a battery. I got another one of those. The one up here was stronger. The one place it had to break. Look at the pieces coming off it. It's just enough to get it together. Thank God.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
You look so hot and bothered.
Holy.
It's very hard not to want to go swimming in this water crossing. This is the last one. But after a hot tyre change like what we've had, it looks so inviting. But we've got an ETA and we want to try and get there when we can, so power on. At least the aircon's on. That's one benefit, I guess. How's your drill going, babe? How is that even still going?
I don't know. I'm making the most of it though. This is my one and only tool out of my whole tool collection that I care most about, because I do so much with this tool. It's to not have this would be the end of me.
It wouldn't be the end of you, it would just take you a hell of a lot longer. So we're unpacked, everything's done outside, the drill has kept up, I don't know how. Our rear tyre is not flat anymore, we finally made it, and what's the time? It's 2:45 and I have a pool, so like I'm ready.
I've already had a can.
He's ready.
I'm always ready.
I got Jack's one's ready and Jade is ready, so we are going for a swim because it looks divine.
Oh, we're into it. We're straight in.
Are you keen?
Come on, mate, let's go.
If only he knew what was about to happen.
Yep.
Yeah? Is it nice and warm or is it cold? Both. Okay.
Bloody paradise. Look at this.
I'm already in here.
You're filming me, filming you, filming me.
Goodness. Just having a couple of schooners at the bloody pub here and about to have dinner. Just looked outside the window. This is what's coming over. Holy bloody hell. It looks like a massive dust storm versus a storm, like the biggest storm front I have seen in a long time. Holy hell! So I'm just running back now, put the awning in, a few other bits and pieces just in case, because if this comes over and blows our setup, we're going to have some damage for sure. Bloody bunker down, guys. wind that's coming out of this thing is absolutely, it's just so strong. Holy hell. Gonna save the cotton plant. I really hope there's no hail on this because that's going to do some serious damage. If it's just wind, that's rain, I don't mind. It's all good. Wow. I don't know if you can hear me, but that wind is intense.
So, I thought I'd just show you the reality of being a parent to an infant on the road, and this is one of them. So at the moment we all went over the pub to go and have dinner tonight. We haven't seen a pub in ages, and we thought, oh yeah, we'll go and have a nice dinner out. But obviously Jack was ready for bed, and Jack can't come back to the caravan by himself, so I've come back tonight. So when we ordered our meals tonight, I asked for a takeaway for mine, and everyone else is having eat in, and I've brought Jack back so he could go to bed and have his bottle and everything while I sit here and have my meal. But still tastes just as amazing. Everything's just as great about it. The only thing that you're missing from this picture right now is the music that I had on in the background, which I can't play because of YouTube. So there's still some atmosphere, but yeah, it's obviously not the same as being in a pub. But I think if you're going to travel with infants, you have to be prepared for the fact that this can happen sometimes, because you don't have that backup option to look after your kids for you, so you can go and have dinner out. So yeah, Jada and Chris are having an amazing night out at the pub, and I'm here, I'm having my takeaway while Jack goes to bed, and we're still with Paul and Annie at the moment, so they're there as well. And we've also met another traveller on the road, so yeah, it's all good. We played some pool and we had a great time earlier, but now I've got to be a parent. So yeah, just a bit of a behind the scenes look at some of the other stuff that goes on, because everything looks happy all the time, but things like this do happen where it's not ideal, you know. So fun facts. But we'll see you in the morning. We're going to the Camooweal caves. They're like big sinkholes. We don't really know much about them yet, but we're really curious to see them. It's the last thing we'll do in Queensland. Whoops, excuse me. It's the last thing we'll do in Queensland before we cross the border, so it'll be really interesting. So see you in the morning.
So while we're here in Camooweal, we're just going to have a bit of a look around, because on the maps there's actual caves slash sort of sinkholes. So they're not, what, it's only about...
So it's like a cave formation. You need to point the camera at us.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. It's a cave formation, but I think that there's a sinkhole on top of it that allows you to see into the cave.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to go in these ones.
Bit dangerous, not where you probably want to walk around off the track.
No.
You could disappear pretty quickly, I reckon. But yeah, it's only about 5 k's out of town, really, isn't it?
Oh, 13.
13
I
k's.
think it was.
It wasn't far at all. Like, you just go on this dirt track and then you take a left and it takes you straight into the national park. And then it's just got sort of tracks everywhere with signage, and you just pull into where you want and have a bit of a look around. It's got information before you go in.
This is like the
Raindrops come into it.
How good is this though? Pram friendly. And if you want to bring the kids, you got a pram, you can do it. We love trying to give you the heads up on pram friendly walks like this, because it makes a hell of a difference for us.
Oh yeah, ribbon rock, yeah.
So that rock there, called ribbon rock. It's like chalky, smooth. I don't know, it's weird to describe, but this is what the Aboriginals used to use for weapons. They used to make spears and knives and all sorts of sharp tools out of it, so it's actually really cool.
How pram friendly is it?
Wow.
Oh wow. That's cool.
It's bigger than what you expect.
I don't think I'd want to get in there.
That's so deep. It just keeps going by the look of it. That looks pretty fresh down there, doesn't it? How dark it is. Like right in the hole.
Yeah.
It's really You would not think that was out here.
You need to drone this. Yeah.
Almost need to, eh? Like get in and
How
come
cool
out.
would that be? How cool is that? That is mental. Oh, there's birds in there, or bats.
Yeah, it would be. So we've just finished the caves on the other side, and then Paul and Andy said there was another big cave that was just on the other side of the road where the caravan park is. So we thought we'd jump on over and have a look. And it was only a few k's up the road, not far at all. No signage, so you've got to keep your eyes peeled. And it's literally just off the road. And you come to like a little circle area, pulled up, and you just follow the walking track all the way down. And you come down to this. Check it out. How cool is that? It's like one of the biggest caves we've found, just in the middle of nowhere. It was right up with a big hole in the bottom. I'm just saying how cool this would be to like camp here and have a fire and you have your own little chimney with smoke going out the top. Perfect. What's going on, babe?
I don't know what else to do because we couldn't find anywhere else to leave it, so like where do we leave our cotton plant, you know?
It's a very sad moment.
It really is, because you can't take it. Apparently you can take plants to Northern Territory, but you need a health certificate for them, which costs a lot of money. And I love it, but not that much. But yeah, I don't know. What can you do?
It's really shaded here.
Yeah, it is shaded. We filled it up with water. If you come into the Camooweal Caravan Park and you happen to want to know what happened to it, you can ask them and say, where is Big Oz's plant?
Just hopefully the maintenance guy doesn't pick it up and throw it in the bin.
He might, I don't know.
If anyone comes through, ask him and let us know.
Yeah, let us know if it ended up being here, if it got looked after, because they might be like, what is this plant? We're curious, you know, you just don't know.
We'd love to know where our baby went, so.
Our baby.
Feels bad, even for me. It's leaving a big part of what we've had on the road behind.
And if someone else doesn't look after it now, it'll die.
Be all forgotten about. But anyway. Oh well.
We will make a new chapter in another state with a new plant and see what we can grow next time.
We're thinking about doing a plant estate.
Yeah.
If we all goes well. We just won't pick a plant that takes so long to grow.
Yeah. Choose one where the cycle is a little quicker.
Yeah.
But we'll try and get something interesting if we can.
Yeah.
Again. See what we can do.
Maybe a cactus next.
Cactus?
Northern Territory, it's very harsh out there.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see how we go. We'll keep you tuned.
If you got any ideas for WA,
yeah, throw them in comments.
throw them in the comments.
That'd be cool. I'd love to see what you got.
Because by the time you see this, we'll be planning that, so.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright.
Alright, off to the border.
Bye.
Holy hell.
Going to New South Wales, I was going to say. We're going to the Northern Territory. Wrong state.
Righto. Let's do it.
We finally crossed the first border since being on the road. And we part ways at 3 ways with our travel buddies Paul and Annie. We send it through the guts of Northern Territory, trying out the roadhouses along the way. Daily Waters is a cracking spot that we spent more time than we intended to, with a delicious menu and 2 sparkling pools. We then head to Mataranka, where Jack starts to walk, the drone becomes a video game, and we spend our days in the hot springs.